Find the sum or difference. We're given t plus 3 over t squared minus 10t plus 25 minus t minus 4 over 2t squared minus 50. So before we subtract these two fractions, we need to determine a least common denominator. But before we do that, let's go ahead and factor each of our individual denominators. T squared minus 10t plus 25 can be factored as t minus 5, the quantity squared, and 2t squared minus 50, when we factor that denominator completely, we will get 2 times the quantity t plus 5 times the quantity t minus 5. And after we have our denominators in factored form, we can compare the two to see that our least common denominator will be a factor of 2, a factor of t plus 5, and I need 2 factors of t minus 5, or t minus 5, the quantity squared. So our least common denominator is 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 squared. So let's go ahead and write our two fractions in terms of, or rewrite our two fractions in terms of our new common denominator that we just found. So we'll have two fractions, and our common denominator will be 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 quantity squared. Also have the same thing on the right fraction, 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 quantity squared. And now we'll compare our least common denominator with our original individual denominators to see which factors are missing. So you can see when we compare the left denominator with our least common denominator, we're missing the factors 2 times t plus 5. So we need to multiply t plus 3 times 2 times t plus 5. So we'll have a 2 times t plus 5 times the t plus 3. Same thing with the right fraction. We'll compare the two denominators, and we're missing the second factor of t minus 5, so we need to multiply the numerator, t minus 4, by t minus 5. So now we'll go ahead and we'll multiply our numerators together. Our first fraction, when we multiply 2 times t plus 5 times t plus 3, we will get 2t squared plus 16t plus 30 over our denominator, 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 quantity squared. And with our second fraction, when we multiply t minus 4 times t minus 5, we get t squared minus 9t plus 20. All of that over the common denominator, 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 quantity squared. Now that we have a common denominator, we can write our fraction as one individual fraction by combining our numerators. So our common denominator, again, is 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5 quantity squared. And we're going to now take our first numerator minus our second numerator, so we'll have 2t squared plus 16t plus 30 minus the quantity t squared minus 9t plus 20. And we'll go ahead and distribute the negative through, subtracting our polynomial. So up top we'll have a 2t squared plus 16t plus 30 minus t squared, positive 9t, and a negative 20. All over our common denominator, 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5, the quantity squared. And we will combine like terms in our numerator. So we have a 2t squared minus a t squared is 1t squared. we have 16 t's plus 9 more t's, which is a positive 25t, and positive 30, and negative 20 is a positive 10. All of that over our common denominator, 2 times t plus 5 times the quantity t minus 5, the quantity squared. And as a final check, we should see if we can factor this numerator to see if it cancels out any of our common factors in the denominator, and that will not happen. We cannot factor the numerator. So our final answer is t squared plus 25t plus 10 over 2 times t plus 5 times t minus 5, the quantity squared.